there's something for everybody in every reading. And it's really more about what these dynamics exemplify, what they show, and validate that they're with us in our most innermost moments. When we go through hardship, when we go through positive things, they seem to still have a horse in the race. And it really reflects that as much as they seem to continue on and in essence be above it all, they also still seem to care. They remember us. They don't forget us. And that bond continues. And it's so interesting to see how that's exemplified in readings. So, oh, this is so strange. I have two names coming through over and over again. Earlier when I mentioned Lorraine in my teacher's situation, it was funny. I said, Lorraine, Lorraine. And then I felt like, oh, I have a message for Lorraine. But Lorraine is very much alive. Okay, so Lorraine, she may not be in the audience, but she's with us. But somebody has a message for her. I also, weirdly, keep getting a V initial. And V's are not very common. V is in Victoria, Vanessa, that kind of thing. But I have to highlight the V, and then I'm highlighting Mom. Both feel living in the way this comes across, but I can't really make a change. Does this relate to anybody? Hi. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I got to highlight this interesting thing in the way this comes across. There is this adorable older lady that I cannot make, and I don't want her to go away, but she's very cute. There's a funniness in the way this comes through of a lady who would have been known for her red fingernails, and there's an aspect of that. So do you know about that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know of anybody who didn't have any teeth that would have been female or would have had to have gummed food? Like, I had to kind of take it slow. I'm going,
Yes.
yes, because I feel like I want to go there in kind of some larger capacity. There's a kind of a feeling of like gumming things in some way. But I have to figure out where this is. When we talk about your mother, who is still alive, correct? Mm-hmm. They're putting two things around her. One, diabetes susceptibility and heart susceptibility. Now, that is not meant to be scary at all, okay? And I need you to know this. I'm more focused on the diabetes insulin susceptibility than I am really the heart thing. But heart conditions and just heart health in general is going to be good to keep in mind. On mom's side of family, do you know if there's been any discussions around diabetes or diabetics or someone being pre-diabetic?
My mom is pre-diabetic.
Pre-diabetic, okay, cool. So in the way this comes across, I'm with you. And I feel like I just want to highlight an emphasis on this. There's a point that keeps coming through. I have to bring up that your loved ones are bringing up the guy you're with. And they're wanting to give him a big hug in the way this is coming through. And they're wanting to include him in a kind of a big, larger way. It's very cute. It's a way of saying, like, family is family. Do you know of any significance around September or the 9th of a month? Like birth dates in September, any significance around then?
My son's born in September.
Okay, cool. And then that seems to be the only thing that's clicking as far as that goes. Okay. I have to highlight an eldest child, and I have to highlight a feeling around eldest child is going to be okay socially. So when it comes to social stuff and maybe being, how do I word this? How many kids are there in this equation?
We have 4 kids.
4 kids, oh my goodness. So if we go to male and older, they're having me talk about him being an old soul and him being different than the others. And there's something very special about him, and there's bringing me up this feeling, though, of like not feeling the need to dumb himself down. He feels smarter than some of the people that would be his own age. And there's an acknowledgement of it's going to be okay socially for him. So if we deal with bullying or feeling a little bit like the black sheep, I need it to be known that he's watched over. He's going to get through this. And this might be something that's kind of timely. So usually when messages come through, it's like the pre-diabetic thing, something that's been ascertained in some way. Have there been any conversations around that regarding son?
Yeah. Just this morning.
Just this morning. Got it. So please know, this comes through so... When we talk about you, sir, your family... There's this feeling of being so proud of you learning from other people's mistakes and how people did things right and how they could have done things better and stopping cycles and just they're wanting to pat you on the back for what you have done in being able to be there. So please know that. You've handled things beautifully. Excellent. I want to bring up just one thing in the way this comes in. This is going to sound so silly, but I feel like your mom might end up smelling your grandfather. And when I say smelling him, for one, do you have a grandpa that's passed?
Yes.
Okay. I keep having to talk about a distinct smell, almost like, when it smells like an aftershave or like a very unique kind of scent. I feel like his scent has wafted into the room, and people have been like, oh, that's such a unique smell. That's him. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah? I know that sounds weird, but it comes across as a way of kind of wanting to validate or affirm that in kind of some larger capacity. So please know, all of this kind of comes through. Mom's health seems very significant in this, but again, I don't want you to leave this feeling worried. It just shows that they're very much aware of people's well-being, how they're doing, and all of that. Who are you hoping to hear from today, if anybody?
My grandmother.
Oh, I love it. Which one?
Simona, she's the red nail.
Red nails, I love it. There's a cuteness with this of when she comes across, a couple things. She feels like that was like the one thing. I don't care if I'm dealing with all this other stuff. There's this feeling of I got to get my nails red. Somebody would have done her nails for her as well and would have had a bonding experience, and that's good to look into. But she's showing me red or bust. We're only doing red. Like, it's red. We're not doing pink. It's red in the way this comes across. And there's an appreciation for somebody trying to make her feel a little bit more normal, like when things were a little better. And so I feel like this might have been done for her, someone like literally painting her nails. Do you know about that?
My mom was taking care of her, and she just passed this past February.
Wow, okay.
And my mom would always do her nails.
I love that. That's so sweet. And it just really shows. And it's that love and that force transcends. And I just need you to know she comes through and is so proud of you and how evidently you've raised children. And the oldest, for some reason, they're around him like a hawk. So you better watch out, though. It might end up being business-oriented. He might be able to set up his own businesses earlier on. I see money, 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 which is funny, but like entrepreneurial kind of like ideas about like how to make money. So have you does that ring true at all?
Yeah. He actually just wants to start a little business right now. It's weird.
That is hilarious. Encourage that. And like I said, I mean, you've done such an amazing job as dad in cultivating his calling. So thank you so much for being
Wait, Tyler, before they go,
Oh, yeah.
can we ask him a question?
Yeah.
I think we all want to know, what is that smell that they said they smell when Grandpop comes in the room?
It's probably my grandfather's aftershave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
He was a barber, so he was always...
Always doing that. Oh, it's amazing. Thank you so much for being
you.
here. And congratulations, you guys. That's awesome. Wild. Ah! Sorry. I call like a bird when I'm excited.